there anything
Why
I
have you
can
got
reasonably do or say
there is.
to get you to leave?
Yes, there is.
What is it?
Be lawful. What are you doing? An assault on video. Would you like to see it?
Welcome back to the Audit Assessor. On this channel, we break down real-world encounters between the public and law enforcement, examining the legal boundaries, police conduct, and the rights people often don't realize they have. Huge credit to Audit Ed for allowing this footage to be analyzed. Make sure to support his channel using the link below. In today's incident, Auditor Ed finds himself confronted by officers simply for filming inside a police station car park. What should have been a calm interaction escalates almost instantly when officers abandon communication and move straight toward physical control. Rather than explaining any lawful basis for intervention, the officers appear focused on removing him as quickly as possible. The situation becomes even more concerning when Ed attempts to report the alleged assault to another officer nearby, only to encounter what looks like immediate institutional protectionism. Instead of reviewing the footage or investigating the complaint, officers close ranks and dismiss the allegations without proper consideration. What unfolds raises serious questions about accountability, use of force, and whether lawful filming was wrongly treated.
On my radio, I'll be with you.
Am I detained?
I'm just talking on my radio.
Am I detained?
You have to wait a minute.
Am I detained? No, I won't be waiting. You're not going to speak to me properly. I'm not going to be waiting.
Sir, you are on private property.
No, I'm
going to ask you to leave.
Listen, can I just explain something?
No, you listen to me.
Oh, no,
You're
so
on
you want to
private
give me
property.
directives?
I'm directing you to leave my premises.
Your premises?
Yes, the police premises.
You are the owner of this premises, are you?
If you fail to leave as a trespasser, you remain here after I've directed you to leave. It is aggravated trespass.
No, no, excuse me. I have to listen. Can I just explain to you? You don't know the law.
I'm directing you to leave now.
No. We're going to have a conversation first.
No, we're not.
Because you're not going to violate my. What are you doing? Why are you assaulting me? Get out! Why are you assaulting?
I can reasonably do.
Why have you got your hands on my chest?
Is there anything I can reasonably do or say to get you to leave?
Yes, there is.
What is it?
Be lawful.
Get out of this building and all of its surrounding property.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Directed you to leave.
It was more serious when the officer refuses to clearly answer whether Ed is officially detained or free to leave. That lack of transparency immediately creates confusion about the legal status of the encounter. Rather than explaining a specific lawful power, the constable appears more focused on asserting control over the area, treating the police car park almost as though it were private personal property instead of a publicly funded location. As Ed calmly attempts to explain that merely standing and filming in an open access area does not make someone a prowler or suspect, the officer abruptly escalates to physical force. Without meaningful de-escalation or clear legal justification, handcuffs are applied despite Ed appearing compliant throughout the exchange. The sudden escalation dramatically changes the tone of the encounter, transforming what could have been a verbal disagreement into a physical confrontation. The core issue raised here is whether the level of force used was genuinely necessary or whether authority overtook proceedings.
Or are you going to continue to shout?
If you uncuff me, I'll have a reasonable conversation with you.
No, I'm not having a reasonable conversation. I asked you to leave. You refused.
What law did I break, sir?
Trespassing.
Trespassing is a civil offence, sir.
Once I've directed you to leave.
You didn't give me a chance. You were stood in front of me.
Once I've directed you to leave, is aggravated trespassing.
Sir, is your body camera on?
No,
please
you're recording for me, though.
It's not recording. The light's not on. Look. Please activate your body worn.
No.
My body's been on the whole time.
Yeah.
What crime have I committed?
No crimes.
So why am I in handcuffs?
Are you going to stay out of this premises?
Why am I in handcuffs, sir?
Because you weren't following my direction.
But I haven't broken the law, sir.
This officer has asked you to leave.
I haven't. You'll be receiving a complaint about this, constable. What's your number, please?
There.
No, I can't see it anywhere. I'm looking at you. I can't see it.
It's there.
Where? 2406. Yeah. What's your name?
2406.
Your name's 2406. Yeah. What station are you from? 2406.
Headquarters.
Head Q, yeah. So you've already seen me there, and you've already seen me.
I haven't seen you today. Okay. It's the first time I've met you in my life.
But I've just been at HQ, and I've got told that I'm okay inside. In fact, would you like to see a video of a police constable showing me around the police car?
I want you to not come inside this premise, which is private.
You're going to be receiving a civil claim, sir, for assault and battery and trespass to the person. Excuse me, lady. Which one of you? I just want to ask which one of them took my.
Conversation continues. The officer's legal justification begins to weaken under scrutiny. Initially, the situation is framed around trespassing, but that explanation quickly runs into difficulty because ordinary trespass is generally considered a civil matter rather than a criminal offense. Once this point is challenged, the officer shifts toward references to aggravated trespass, attempting to reframe the situation into something more serious. However, the auditor immediately questions how that threshold could possibly apply when he was attempting to leave rather than actively obstructing anyone. This creates a visible moment of uncertainty in the encounter. The officer appears to struggle balancing the original detention with the evolving explanation for why force was used in the first place. At one stage, the officer even appears to acknowledge that no actual crime has occurred, further intensifying questions about whether the handcuffs were ever lawfully justified. The encounter increasingly shifts from investigation to damage control as the legality of the initial actions comes.
No. You know what you're trying to do is you're trying to provoke me into saying something that you can do me on a Section 4 or Section 5 public order offence. That's what you're trying to do. You assaulted me, sir, and I need assistance from a sergeant. I need a sergeant here, please.
You told me that one.
Yes, and I've told you more than once, and you've ignored me. But you can radio through and get a sergeant for me. Excuse me, constable. Excuse me, constable. The one that had the body worn camera. I need his number so I can request the body worn.
I'm going to make that call for you now.
Can I have your number so I can request the body worn footage, constable?
You email in.
I need your number, sir. I know how to do a SARS request, but I need your number.
I'll provide it one day.
No, you have to provide it now, sir. I've got it all on video.
Okay, I appreciate that, but that is private property.
No, but listen, I understand, but what was the necessity for handcuffs, an assault, battery? It's assault and battery. There has to be necessity for handcuffs, doesn't there? I mean, let me ask you, as somebody who's ignorant of the law, does there need to be necessity for handcuffs?
If you can use reasonable...
Accountability becomes even more noticeable once the restraints are removed. Ed requests a supervisor so the matter can be formally addressed on scene, but the request is dismissed almost immediately. That refusal creates the impression that officers are more interested in ending the confrontation than properly reviewing the conduct that took place. Another officer nearby also refuses to meaningfully engage with requests for identification details, adding to perception of avoidance rather than transparency. Meanwhile, newly arriving officers contribute little clarification to the situation itself. Instead, the focus returns once again to claims about private property and restricted access, despite ongoing disagreement about whether the location had actually been lawfully restricted in the first place. At this stage, the interaction no longer revolves purely around filming. It becomes centered on accountability, professionalism, and whether officers are willing to properly explain and justify.
And I'm trying to report a crime to you. Just because it's a policeman who assaulted me is by the by, sir.
No, I'm not saying that...
I have it on video, an assault on video. Would you like to see it?
No, I don't want to see it, because at the moment, from what you're telling me and from what I've heard, the description of the incident on the radio, there was no assault. You were removed.
I was handcuffed.
Yes.
For what reason?
To ensure you didn't cause any harm to myself or my colleagues.
But I wasn't being angry or aggressive.
I wasn't there. I don't know.
I know.
I can't speak for their actions.
But you commented slightly when you said from what you'd heard over the radio. So
yeah, in that you were on police property,
which is funded by the public.
People in the backyard.
Is it unlawful?
Well, it's trespass. It's civil. It's a civil.
So, but then it's civil.
But we can use reasonable force to remove you from.
I understand,
from police property.
I understand. Only for a criminal offence. This is a public building.
It's not a public building.
It's a police station.
It's a police station.
Which is funded by who? Yeah. Who pays for it?
The public pays.
Okay, so therefore, no. Wait a minute. Let me finish because I don't want this to escalate.
It's not appropriate for me to be dealing with that.
It's even more controversial when another officer refuses to review the video evidence before dismissing the allegation of assault, rather than conducting an impartial assessment. Conclusions appear to be reached before the footage is even examined. This creates the impression that loyalty to fellow officers may be taking priority over objective investigation. The officer continues insisting that force was justified, despite ongoing disagreement over whether any lawful power existed to physically remove Ed from the area. Throughout the exchange, the auditor repeatedly challenges a contradiction between claiming no crime occurred while simultaneously using force and restraints. The officers attempt to justify their conduct through broad references to authority, but the central issue remains unresolved. Was there a genuine legal basis for the escalation, or did the situation spiral because lawful filming was incorrectly treated as suspicious behavior? As the discussion expands, broader concerns about policing standards, public awareness of rights, and accountability mechanisms begin to dominate.
Arrest a police officer if he commits a crime in front of you. I'm offering to show you the crime.
No, I appreciate you.
I'm offering you to hear the whole conversation.
No, I appreciate that.
But you're refusing.
Yeah, I am refusing.
I don't understand why. It cannot affect the police's preconception of what I am doing, right? Therefore, when you guys treat me based on a preconception, I have not been afforded a reasonable time. Take oaths. You all take oaths to uphold the law.
Absolutely.
So when somebody,
However,
it's irrelevant whether it's another police officer.
90% of the police officers, they are honest and
No,
decent
that's not
people.
true.
Okay, well,
But that's not true though, because you're not being honest or decent right
how
now.
am I not being honest with you?
Because I'm offering to show you a crime and you're outright refusing to
That's
watch
not,
it.
That's not me being dishonest.
It's lying by omission, sir.
not being
It
dishonest,
it is.
sir.
I'm not making a complaint. I'm trying to report a crime.
Yeah.
Make complaints. I make civil claims.
Okay.
Okay. I don't complain. I make civil claims.
Okay.
And I'll be making one against you as well for dereliction of duty.
That's fine.
The point in me even waiting around is pointless. If you're saying that, the sergeant's going to say exactly the same thing, isn't she?
Well, it's entirely up to you. If you would like to wait around and speak with her, then that is absolutely
Pointless.
your...
It's pointless, man.
The incident reveals just how difficult accountability can become once these encounters move beyond the street. According to the information presented, formal legal action was later initiated against the force. A solicitor reportedly submitted official correspondence outlining potential civil claims connected to the incident. However, the matter appears to stall when the force allegedly fails to meaningfully engage with the complaint process. This ending leaves a lingering sense of frustration. The original confrontation may have ended on scene, but the deeper questions remain unresolved. Throughout the interaction, officers repeatedly avoided directly answering key concerns surrounding detention, force, and lawful authority. For the auditor, the issue was never simply about being asked to leave a car park. It became about whether public officials are willing to investigate their own conduct honestly when challenged. The video ultimately closes on a broader point about public accountability, transparency, and the importance of understanding both police powers and citizens' rights during rapidly escalating encounters.